Okay, and then I pushed this over Castleton store. Open now. Thank you for checking. My dad. I really appreciate it. You know, now where they dress up the pigs, you know, those concrete pigs in the front of the building. So, you know, they were all going on with their life. And I said, bye. I wasn't going to be the. I couldn't get it to turn off. Upper. Hey, how did you turn it on?
They needed one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. My brother said, you realize we were feral after you left.
They basically were. That was great for us, the neighborhood kids, you know.
Oh, yeah. I got you a folder, actually. So how have you been?
Mary.
Yep,
For me. That's our busy time.
That comes on.
And then CF1s go out, which are everyone's assessment. So then they're coming in. Why are my taxes so high?
On air sign.
When do they have until?
There it is. It's on.
It's 45 days.
Oh, 45?
It's June 15th to appeal.
I thought it was just this month. Okay.
The field
So
crew,
they'll be in.
we are gonna get like permanent GPS coordinates for all the trail signs.
Perfect.
So
I was talking to Mary about that last night.
we're,
November 10th every year.
yeah, we're working on that right
If
now.
it falls on a weekend, they give you an extra day or two, but just remember May 10th and November 10th. And
Trying to do. So I'm just trying to.
that's where I started, in the window at the treasurer's office.
You did.
Collecting everybody's taxes.
And so we were talking about it on our last night, right? You grief about it?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
Is it a half mile or quarter mile?
Who's happy about their taxes?
Nobody. Hi. I'm Jenny Shively.
Jenny and Kayla Brooks.
Kayla, I see everybody's names all the time, so now it's good to put.
I think.
That's what I was thinking.
I think we're
Okay.
4 miles.
Yeah, planning director, park staff. So, yeah. Happy to have you on board.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
What's your background? Tell us about you.
Well, I was born and raised in Chicago. I'm the oldest of 10 children. My family moved out here in 1972. I came in 81. My sister took me to a pig. That's
Wow.
Fully intact. That's what I kept saying to you. But now I need in Springhurst for real. So she is being very.
So she is spitefully.
Is there any other? I mean, come on.
As one should.
That
You know,
would
it
be,
was perfectly okay for my dad to do the hard work.
Oh, so we're all aware. Sorry, before we talk.
I
We're
had the
recording.
disclaimer.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start the meeting. So I hereby call the meeting to order. It is now 10 o'clock in the morning. Attendance, I'm gonna take roll call. As I call each member's name, please confirm your presence. Heather Van Dyke.
Here.
Kelly McLaren.
Here.
Kayla Brooks.
Here.
Jenny Shively. Here. Myself, and Mike Gibson is absent. And then the minutes from our April 17th, 2025 board meeting were distributed and reviewed. Are there any corrections or comments or concerns for those minutes?
No.
Could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
Okay, a motion has been made by Heather and by Kelly to approve the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? Nope. Okay, then the motion carries and the April 17th, 2025 minutes are approved.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so this is new business. And we had a brief meeting update with Sam Schrader from Baker Tilly. They are our municipal advisors, and they're currently assisting us in evaluating and navigating the process related to Parks and Recreation impact fees. And during that meeting, we discussed the steps necessary to move forward and complete the impact fee ordinance. And at this time, the Board of Recreation and Parks Board does not have anyone available to draft our ordinance, and we don't have the legal expertise to ensure that it meets all the necessary requirements. So due to the complexity and legal language involved in this ordinance, we will require a more than a standard legal review. So therefore, a favorable motion should be made to request that the county attorney, Scott Binky, prepare the full impact fee ordinance for us. And once our board makes that favorable recommendation, then Gary Poole of the Highway, who is a very big support of our board, he's agreed to place that request on the Highway's agenda on our behalf, and he'll inform the Board of Commissioners that a motion was made and will formally request that the county attorney be authorized to prepare the ordinance. We will in a second. There's kind of a process. So if the Board of Commissioners grants that, then it will end up going back to the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission will hold a public meeting at that point on the draft of the ordinance. And if they're in favor of it, then it will, they will also provide a favorable recommendation to adopt it. And then it will return back to the Board of Commissioners for the final adoption. So with that said, I don't know if Attorney Binky will be able to help us, but we need to have that favorable motion to see if he can help us. So is there a motion to make a favorable recommendation to request that our county attorney, Scott Binky, prepare a draft of the impact fee ordinance?
I'll make a motion. Ask Scott Binky to write us a
Impact fee ordinance.
impact fee ordinance.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Okay, Clay, thank you. Okay, so has the board, is there any opposed or any discussion? Then it's been moved and seconded and unanimously agreed to move forward with the impact fee ordinance to make a favorable recommendation requesting that our county attorney, Scott Binky, prepare our impact fee ordinance.
Can I make a request on our behalf
Yes,
that we get to read of the impact fee study?
absolutely.
Any questions right now on the process and what the
Okay. Let me see if there's something extra in the packet. I did print out a schedule from Gateway Park Apartments. I didn't know if that was relevant or not. I just thought it might be good to hand out, so I threw it in their packet. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to move on to grants, if everybody's okay with that. Go ahead.
real quick, just so everybody is aware, processes, the impact fee for parks. We hit pause, we had to do some other housekeeping items. Back in process now, getting that ordinance written. There is gonna be an update to the zone improvement plan because of the pause. When we left off about 6 months ago, the impact fee per residential that is both multifamily and single family units was going to be $425 per unit. So that would be a fee that is added on to each residential building permit that the planning department, building department issues. A $425 additional fee would be collected at that time and would go to a specific fund for the improvement of parks and recreation facilities. That fee might change a little bit based on any, but as we left it, that was the number.
Are we limited on using that fee in only like a TIF district or something like that, or can we use it countywide?
I will need to brush up on that part.
Okay.
Anybody else know?
It would be the size of the district, which would be countywide, would it not? For parks,
Countywide,
our
unincorporated
designated
areas.
parks, yeah.
All
Would think.
unincorporated areas.
That'll be
Somewhere along the line, someone said something about we could only use certain money in TIF districts. Never mind. Different topic. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's a different bucket,
okay.
I think. Okay, so let's go on to the grant information. So, the board was able to apply for the 2025 White Family Foundation grant application, and it was regarding our Shirley Trail beautification project. We've officially submitted our application for that, and we did that through the Community Foundation of Hancock County. So in your packets, you're gonna find everything that went into the application, the cost, the proposal. A letter of support was given from the Highway Department. There's some exhibits, and our project timeline is in the very back. And then I prepared a list of board of directors that you guys should have to keep for yourselves. That way you have all that information there. We submitted that beautification project on Friday, May 9th, and we beat the deadline because the deadline was May 16th. And then May 19th, the White family will begin that reviewing proposal process. And then sometime in July, we'll be notified whether we're the grant recipient. And then if we are awarded the grant, the foundation will be requesting photos of our board, so you're aware. So if we are awarded the grant funds, sometime between July 21st and August 1st, we'll probably head out to Shirley in that area and do some photos. So that'll be fun. Let's keep our fingers crossed, right?
Heather won't make a dentist appointment that day.
Please do not. So just keep your calendar open maybe for that particular week. And we will have till December of 2026 to complete the project and submit our final grant report. In the packet, you will find the purchase agreement. When we originally purchased the property, there was a promise to install a bench or a sign displaying the family name of Sorowski, spelled correctly, on this document. And we promised to do that along that trail within the green space, ensuring that it is anchored to the ground within 6 months after the trail has been laid, or the green space has been developed and made established trail or green space for the public. So right now, we don't really have anything there. But what brought this on was on the last page of your exhibits. And let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to just pull the file for the fund, the grant. Please hold. And I do want to recognize Beth Engel. She's with Drug Court, but she's a grant writer, so she helped me go over the questions. And then once I had those summaries completed, I went to Ann Scheidler, and she helped me prepare the grant itself. So unbelievable help there.
So now you're an expert, right?
No. Let me see here. Did I get to files to upload? Okay, so
I think by county standards now you are.
yes. Let me go to these exhibits. Come on.
This is to memorialize the groundhogs that are now homeless.
Yes, they will be
Right.
homeless. They will be
No
homeless.
bench for them, huh?
But what I wanted to show you first was what started this beautification project was after we bought the 3 acres, I had gone out there to, first of all, measure the trail. It's 1,400 feet long. And I noticed that this undeveloped road goes right through our property. So let me go back. I'm not sure what is going on over here. And then this is where the property is. See, the trail's eventually going to go all the way into Wilkinson. But where the property is, there's an unincorporated road that crosses. So you're looking at the north angle and the south angle. of the road that goes right across the whole
So the
trail.
people were driving through it even though it wasn't,
Yeah.
what she's getting at.
But the thing is it's a public road, undeveloped, but yet it's a public road.
A paper street.
It is. So with that said, I started trying to figure out how we could vacate this. And Heather, are you happy about the vacation?
I am thrilled about the vacation, Marion.
So we're moving forward with having that little area vacated, so it's not a public road, undeveloped road anymore.
I'm mostly excited now they know what the legal description is.
Yes. So also, I tried to throw in your packet the vacation that was submitted this morning back to the town to let them know that we're gonna go before the board, actually Gary Poole will go before the board for us. Is it the last page?
Yeah,
that's-
the petition?
The petition, you have the petition?
Yep, it's at the last page.
Okay, mine's out of order then.
Maybe
Here we
you,
go. I
okay,
got
good.
it. I got
All
it.
right,
I got it.
so anyway, I clarified that the Board of Commissioners would be the one to request it
Mm-hmm.
and sign it. So I sent that back to Teresa today, and it will be signed hopefully on the 20th.
And then they will submit to
And then-
me an ordinance.
Correct. Because this document, once signed, will go back to the town of Shirley, and then they will vacate this road. Now, once doesn't mean just because they vacated, people aren't gonna still drive across it, right? So, the idea was, the area is 45 feet wide, so I'm ordering a 30-foot fence. And if you go to the Rubel Outdoor invoice, trying to change these pages, let me get back. And I'm going to open the cost proposal. So this was the cost proposal. It's a 30-foot fence, and the reason why we have all these wonderful different types of flowers and grasses, those are anti-groundhog and rabbit resistant.
They're also drought tolerant.
And yes, they're very low maintenance. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because there is a family of about 30 to 40 groundhogs all along this trail. And we have a regulated drain that runs through the railroad bed. And even on an aerial today, if you look, you will see these large groundhog. You're familiar with groundhog issues, Marianne, on your trail?
I know you've got some big holes, but
Okay, but you don't know what's in them.
we don't see them, so.
Yeah, so they have to be relocated. But anyway, the total for this, which the 30-foot fence and an 8-foot beautiful black iron fence or bench. I drove out to Shirley to look at the benches to make sure that we keep the same type of bench that the city park has. And the trail, they've added these other 8-foot benches there. And so that's why we went with the same bench that they have to keep it in line with what's already going on. So back here, here's our exhibit. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit more maybe. So you can see here is where the undeveloped road is. And where the little yellow dot is will be where the 30-foot fence crosses. Any questions about that? Because that's where the beautification's going. Okay, so if we were to go over here to this very far corner, you can see the Octagon House right here. Their driveway comes down, and you can see this little bitty spot right there. We are going to ask the Octagon House if we can just go ahead and connect that trail along here with our trail.
According to their website, they have a trail that goes through the downtown area and connects to the Octagon.
It ends right here.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I made sure of when I drove out there to look at this space. So I don't know if I can zoom in here any better. But the trail ends right there. And there's a beautiful black bench like the one we're asking for. And then the highway would just install that for free for them, basically, on our expense to continue the trail onto our property. Okay, what else here? So, me get back to our little play here, because I was it was super fun to. There it
Why
is.
they're there.
There it is. So the slatted fence mimics the slatted fence to the north. And I don't have it up here, but if you guys see this here, there's a slatted fence, and it's one of the neighbors. So it'll mimic that, kind of like the Pennsy Trail at the Exchange, how they have the slatted fence that goes over the bridges and stuff.
Fire marshal here.
Yeah, and I don't know where we're gonna get any of these groundhogs. There was Plaster Shack that used to be off of South US 37. Are you guys familiar with that at all? The Plaster Shack, you know what I'm talking about? When they took 37 away and they put I-65 in, the Plaster Shack is still there and in operation. So I'm hoping, they even make molds. Hi, can I?
Gas on the Pennsy truck, we're supposed to evacuate the building, so.
Okay, well, should we go ahead and adjourn and
Yeah.
table everything? Okay, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
And it is at 10:17. Heather and
Like,
Jenny.
smell it.
Thank you, Bernie. You guys go, and I'll take care of the.
why is the fire marshal here? Now we know.
It's like a fire drill.
Oh, and we also have this on YouTube now, and I put
I
that.
know, well, I
okay,
knew that.
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they weren't allowed to do YouTube.
No, it's up and
Okay.
running.
They
Okay,
keep
close
going
all
back and
tabs.
forth whether it's appropriate or not.
Do you know how to shut that off? You probably don't.
I don't. Do you
Okay.
want me to go with you and see?
No, I just wanted to hurry up and pack up and get the heck out.
Well, Kelly, it was nice to
It's
meet you
good to
and see you.
meet you.
and-
I have to prefer Mac and
No.
Thank you guys for coming, so it was short.
I'm different
Thank you.
generation.
Yeah, yeah.
Not as pronounced as your guys. What's the difference? 18? Oh, 15, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're 14 in my family.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
same deal. I had a completely different life than my
Oh,
oldest
yeah.
siblings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like two different families. I think when they moved down here and last five went to grade school here. You know,